So go ahead,
Okay.
Diana.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone, and welcome on behalf of Dimensions in Travel. We are delighted to have you join us for our journey to CocoCay with Royal Caribbean Cruises. This is the 20th in our travel agency series of virtual events about exciting destinations and fun ways to get there. My name is Diana St. James, and I am one of the owners of Dimensions in Travel, along with Jill Romano. And we have been in business for 42 years, and we intend to be here for many more. We have 28 travel advisors at Dimensions in Travel, and we all miss traveling very much, and we know that you do too. These virtual events are a wonderful way for us to all go somewhere while we wait to safely travel again. And we feel like they help to keep the spirit of travel alive for all of us. Before we get started, I wanted to cover a few housekeeping points. You are all in listen only, no video mode right now, and that'll help us minimize any background distractions. You are welcome to ask questions. Please put them in the, let's see, what do we have here? A Q&A box down at the bottom of your screen. So type those in anytime, and we'll be doing a Q&A session at the end. During this event, we will answer your questions about visiting CocoCay, Royal Caribbean's private island in the Bahamas. It is packed with all kinds of exciting or relaxing, depending on your preference, things to do. So there is something here for everyone. And we believe, and part of why we're showing this to you today, is that CocoCay and all of the cruise lines' private islands are likely going to be one of their first ports of call that they are able to visit when cruising opens back up again. So felt like you might want to plan your first port of call there now. Before we start your tour of CocoCay, I wanted to introduce Janice Martinez from Royal Caribbean. Janice was born and raised in the Philippines, in Manila, where she discovered her love of travel at an early age. So that she could live out her passion every day, Janice moved to Portland, Oregon, and started working in the travel industry. She's been in the travel industry for 18 years, first as a travel advisor, like us at Dimensions in Travel. And then she has been with Royal Caribbean since 2018, and we love working with her. She's eager to tell us why a vacation on Royal Caribbean is truly beyond the expected. So, hi, Janice. Why don't you take us to CocoCay and tell us a little bit about how Royal Caribbean does things?
Fantastic. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. As Diana mentioned, my name is Janice Martinez, and I'm the Strategic Account Manager for Oregon, Hawaii, and then the Northern California Bay Area. But today, though, I'm switching my hat. I should have worn a hat, and I'm going to be your Royal Caribbean Cruise Director. So we are going to get started. And before we sort of get started and get into the nitty-gritty of it, I want to provide you just with your cruise compass. Unfortunately, I didn't get an opportunity to drop off these cruise compass in your staterooms this morning, so I thought I'll just tell you about it. So the first thing we're going to talk about are our safety protocols. The next thing is, of course, perfect day virtual tour, the island tour, beyond what is expected with Royal Caribbean, and some Q&A. So again, as Diana mentioned, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it over on the chat box. Okay. So first thing, I want to thank Dimensions in Travel again for having me and inviting you on our virtual cruise night. At Royal Caribbean, we really believe that amazing vacations start with a great travel partner. And in a world that is full of options and reviews and social medias, it can really be overwhelming to find that perfect vacation, right? And your Dimensions in Travel advisors, they're really your value interpreter. They are your vacation curator, and they use their expertise so they can always find that perfect vacation for you that meets your budget and provide that peace of mind. We are so proud that your travel advisors are so confident in Royal Caribbean to deliver that promise of an incredible vacation that we're very proud to be the leaders in the cruise industry, voted by the travel advisors. Not only are we the best cruise line in the Caribbean, but overall. So thank you very much to them. So getting started, the big elephant in the room, really, it's no secret that the whole world is dealing with new risks with COVID. You're probably asking yourself, is it safe to cruise? What are you doing to ensure our safety? And at Royal Caribbean, we really have assembled a panel of experts led by Governor Michael Leavitt. He was the former Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Service, and Dr. Scott Gottlieb, he's the former FDA Commissioner. So together, along with a team of 7 additional scientists, maritime experts, maritime operations, and doctors, they're really guiding us as how we can adapt to this new environment. We are reviewing all of our protocols to ensure we are compliant with the CDC. We are going to be focusing on, of course, testing, screening, contact tracing, along with sanitation and response. These are some of the things that we are already doing. We've got touchless check-in already in place via our Royal Caribbean app. I love the app that we have. You can download it for free. It's on the App Store or Google Play. You can upload your photo, your security photo, so that way you get through the expedited check-in line. You get to you get to have a mobile boarding pass, similar to how the airlines are doing it. And you can look at day-by-day itineraries. You can also look at the cruise compass, so that way you're not having to handle the paper when it's delivered to you if you want. You can book shore excursions, theater shows, things like that. So that is already available. And the second thing is our muster drill. So we are changing how we do muster drill. So what it is once you're on board, our muster drill, you can see all these safety protocols on the app, along with your stateroom television when you get into your stateroom. Just before the ship is about to depart, just check in and visit your assembly station. It is required prior to departure. That way you know where it is, so in case of an emergency. But what I love about this process is there's no more standing in long, crowded, hot, muggy lines. So it's really much easier. It's a more personal approach as well. We're still developing a detailed health and safety measure. And once we have all of that, we look forward to sharing all of that information with you. And with that, I'm going to go over real quick just who Royal Caribbean is. So really, we are a multi-generation brand. Our mission is to really inspire that sense of adventure. And that is whether through our entertainment, the activities, or simply just connecting with the families and the entire destination itself. Because there is some pretty remarkable destinations out there, especially when the world opens up, and I can't wait for that. We've got 300 ports of call. We sail all over the world, including Alaska. What I love about Alaska is that it's just so beautiful. Every time you cruise there, there's always something different that you'll find. I also encourage you, if you have the opportunity, to visit inland Alaska, because it's, you can see Denali National Park and all of the animals that you can think of and the wildlife. We also go to Europe. So whether it's the Mediterranean, Scandinavia, Greece, so we do go there. Canada and New England, we're hoping to cruise there this year. Australia and New Zealand, probably one of my favorite places, and I can't wait to go back there again. And of course, Asia. That includes Japan, China, Singapore. In fact, we're actually sailing in Singapore right now. I think we just finished, I want to say, our 22nd or 23rd cruise since we started in December. So there's that. But of course, we wouldn't be Royal Caribbean if we didn't go to the Caribbean, Bermuda, and Bahamas. And we are going to talk about some of our Caribbean adventures today, because nobody does the Caribbean like Royal Caribbean does, right? We've been sailing here for over 50 years. We've got year-round presence, 37 ports of call, including 2 private destinations. We are going to be focusing on Perfect Day at CocoCay today. We've got 20 ships, so again, there's something for everyone. When it comes to the ports in the U.S., we do depart out of 9 U.S. ports to go to the Caribbean. from Texas to New Jersey to Maryland, and then, of course, Florida. We offer a variety of itineraries from 3 to 14 nights. And since we covered the entire scope of the Caribbean, as many of you know, it is divided into 4 different regions. So you've got the Western Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, Southern Caribbean, and then Bahamas and Bermuda. What I'm doing on this is I'm providing you with some itinerary snapshots. Western and Eastern Caribbean will almost always include a perfect day. And then, of course, the Bahamas and Bermuda itinerary will include that as well. But, with Western Caribbean, the itinerary will be a variation of Belize, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Honduras, and then Eastern Caribbean. I like to remember this as the island of saints because you're going to places like St. Thomas, St. Kitts, St. Martin, St. Croix. And really the main difference between these two, Eastern and Southern Caribbean, I should say, is more of a European flair, whereas Western Caribbean and then Bahamas and Bermuda is more of a Hispanic culture. So keep that in mind when you're planning your vacation. And of course, talk with your Dimensions and Travel team because they can walk you through which island is good for you and what your expectations are. All right, so let's get started on our virtual tour of Perfect Day. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to download the map that Dimensions have provided. If not, we can send that out afterwards. So Perfect Day at CocoCay, it is located 55 miles north of Nassau. It's 125 acres of fun. What I love about it is we have our own dock, so you don't need to tender. You don't have to worry about those long lines. You just, once we're docked, just get out of the ship and start exploring the island. Think of the private island as an extension of our ship. So it's everything that you love in a Royal Caribbean ship, you'll find on the island. It's really a blend of energy and quality. And when you're on the island, as you can see here, there's several regions to go for. There's a thrill section and there's a chill section, which I'll cover. So the pink section is sort of the thrill, and then the blue section is the chill, and then the yellow that you can see on here are the restaurants. So getting started, here we are. Welcome to Perfect Day. We're about to have a beautiful day here. We're going to get started with the arrival plaza. So again, as soon as you get off the ship, right off the bat, you are going to get, let me click on the arrival plaza. Here we go. You'll get welcome with junk canoe dancers, the traditional Bahamian dancers, live music, really to kind of get you in the mood. From the entrance, these are the walking times throughout the park, throughout the island, I should say, and we do have a trolley that'll take you all over as well that is complimentary. From the Arrivals Plaza, we're going to take a right and we're going to go and visit the zip line. This is a zip line short excursion. It's tucked right next to the Thrill Water Park. So it looks a little bit hidden, so you might miss it when you go onto the Thrill to the water park. But what I love about this, it's a 1,600-foot zip line across. There's 3 stops along the way. What happens is you check in, they'll weigh you, they'll provide you all the necessary gears. You can put your stuff in the lockers. One thing to keep in mind, though, is when you're doing the zip line, they won't let you go on it unless you're wearing closed-toe shoes. So that's just kind of a little FYI. In fact, Dimensions' very own Andy Serkos went on the zip line when she visited Perfect Day, didn't she, Diana?
Yes, she did, and she said it was one of the most thrilling things she's ever done, as you can see by the picture.
Yeah, she looks great doing it.
Yeah.
Perfect. So from the zip line, we're going to head left and head over to Captain Jill's Galleon. So as you can see, this is still right off the arrivals area. Captain Jill's Galleon, this is one of my favorite spots. This is perfect for kids. It's complimentary. It's a shipwreck. It's very interactive. There's water cannons throughout. I think there's like 16 water cannons. There's splash pads. It's just so much fun, and the kids will really love this. From here, we are going to make our way over to the water park since we're right there. All right, this is what the water park looks like. It's a must-do, especially for thrill seekers. So this is considered, again, a shore excursion. You can really spend your whole day here. There's 13 slides throughout the water park. There's an adventure pool. There is a wave pool. The park is highlighted by this tower. It's called the Daredevil's Tower. It is the tallest water slide in North America. It's 135 feet high. It's 11 stories. There is no elevator, so just plan accordingly. What I love about it is there's 3 slides within it. I always recommend when you do this is start from the top and work your way down. I did it the opposite way, and I started from the bottom and worked my way up. And because I was so exhausted, I think it took me an hour to get to the top when it should have just taken less than that, like 10 minutes. I kept having people pass me because I kept stopping because I'm like, oh my gosh, my legs are burning. But it's amazing, and you can go on it as much as you want. So if you're also counting steps, it's 203 steps to the top. So you'll definitely reach your step goal for the day. Heading over to the wave pool. So once you get out of Daredevil's Tower, on the right is the wave pool. This is what the wave pool looks like. It's a big wave pool. It fits about 1 million coconuts, and the wave, it's a live wave that comes at you every 5 to 10 minutes. It's a lot of fun. Lots of people are on there. And then the other part that I like in the water park is the adventure pool. So the adventure pool is highlighted by, there's a lily pad obstacle course, there's a climbing wall. It kind of, if you've ever seen American Ninja Warrior, this is kind of what it reminds me of. While it's meant to be for families and kids, I will be honest with you, a lot of adults are playing in the adventure pool. I'm pretty sure I got stuck on that lily pad quite a number of times because I couldn't get across and I kept falling. I was a mess, but it was a lot of fun. So that is the Thrill Water Park. Now we're gonna walk just across the way and we're gonna head to Cocoa Beach Club. And Cocoa Beach Club is an exclusive area. While it's not necessarily adults only, there is a charge for this exclusive area. Because there is a charge to it, we anticipate that it'll mostly be adults only that are here. Some of the things that you can expect, it's a private area, quarter-mile, beautiful sand, private beach. There's an infinity pool. There's an exclusive restaurant with elevated menu. Beach chairs, umbrellas, and day beds around the pool are all complimentary with your admission. The beach itself is highlighted really by these overwater bungalows, these floating cabanas. They're absolutely stunning, these cabanas. It's complete with a concierge, wet bar, freshwater shower, power outlets. It's big. I mean, it's 675 square feet. It's almost an apartment on itself, right? There's an overwater hammock complete with an ocean slide that drops you right into the ocean. So it's really bringing you a piece of that Bora Bora in the Caribbean. There are regular beach cabanas throughout Cocoa Beach Club as well. So you can rent these. Both cabana rentals, your admission to the beach club is already included for up to 8 people. And I'm going to talk about cabanas later on, so I'll show you where the cabanas are in relation to Perfect Day onto the island. All right, so we're going to hook a left, and we're going to look at some of the specialty attractions that we have. So the first thing is Up, Up, and Away. There is a charge for this. It's considered a shore excursion. Up, Up, and Away is a helium balloon ride. It's tethered to the ground, so you won't fly off to St. Croix, never to be found again, right? So it's completely tethered. There's an enclosed carriage for the balloon. There's me inside the balloon, and then there's me right outside. It's huge. The carriage can fit up to 30 people. It won't ever go at 30 because of weight and balance restrictions and things like that, but it's a 10-minute ride. It takes you 450 feet up. You can go around it. It's completely enclosed with the net. And this picture that I'm showing, this is a photo that I took with my iPhone, this iPhone. And the only thing that I did with this picture is really I stuck it out of the net, as you can see, and I took the picture and I brightened it. I remember when I was taking this photo, because you're 450 feet up high, right? And it was relatively calm. It was May. It was calm. There wasn't any wind or anything. But I kept telling myself, oh my gosh, Shanice, do not drop your phone. Do not drop your phone, because it's just not going to survive if you do. But I highly recommend it. If you end up doing a shore excursion, I highly recommend doing up, and away. All right. Now, after we exit up, and away, you're going to see Oasis Lagoon on your right side. So Oasis Lagoon is a freshwater pool. It's the biggest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. It's really, truly so big that even if you walk from one end to the other, you won't see the other end because it kind of winds like this. I would say there's like 3 different neighborhoods to it. So there's one section where there's a swim up bar and it's full of energy. There's music pumping. And then there's a section where it's more family concentrated. And then there's a whole section on the other side where it's mainly adults. You know, there's no music. It's a lot quiet, more chill, reading a book, just really relaxing. But it's so big. It's crazy. Once you exit out of the Oasis Lagoon, we're going to head north, and we're going to go to Splashaway Bay. This is kitty cross from Captain Jill's galleon towards the entrance. So we're going to circle back to the entrance. So Splashaway Bay, we have these on our ship, but it's amplified on the island. It's incredible. There's sprinklers, geysers, 2 huge water buckets that get you drenched. There's slides everywhere. Again, this is a complimentary feature. It's a lot of fun. So between Captain Jill's galleon, the shipwreck with the water cannons, and Splashaway Bay, it's almost like a mini aqua park. Okay. After talking about all the thrills, I'm sure you're hungry. I'm getting kind of hungry because of all that adventure. Let's talk about food real quick. So we have several dining locations at Perfect Day. We have snack shops throughout the island. There's 3 of them. Snack shops are more of a quick service. So if you just want, burgers, fries, pizza, chicken tenders, things like that, it's complimentary. You can grab and go. And then if you want something that's a little bit more formal, we do have 2 sit-down restaurants, Chill Grill and Skipper's Grill. They're complimentary. They serve the same menu. Really, the only difference with these is the location. So Skipper's Grill overlooks the harbor, and then Chill Grill is beachfront. That's really the only difference. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more energetic as well, Captain Jack's, again, if you want something quick service as well, Captain Jack's is one of our specialty dining. What I love about this is if you have a beverage package or a specialty dining package that you bought on the ship, that works on the island as well. But Captain Jack's is, again, a specialty restaurant. It's a full bar. It's got a live band. The menu will consist of specialty wings. You can order our signature island beverage here called Coco Loco. It's really, really good. So after we've gotten our food, now let's chill out. I'm going to talk about the beaches really quick here. So we're going to go and see all the beach. It's an island, so there's water everywhere, right? So Harbor Beach and South Beach, and then Chill Island. Harbor Beach, I'm going to click on this. Harbor Beach is where the zip line ends. So from where the arrivals plaza is, it goes all the way to the Harbor Beach. I like it here, but I'll be honest, Harbor Beach, there's not that many trees around, so it's not as shaded. So So if you just want to soak up the sun, get a little bit tan, this is your spot. My favorite spot, though, going on, so here's Harbor Beach on your left, is going all the way south, and we're going to go to South Beach. From the Arrivals Plaza, it's about a 15 to 20-minute walk. But remember, we also have a tram. It's complimentary that takes you throughout the island. I forgot to ride the tram, and I was a perfect day. I was so mad, and I was walking forever, and I got lost, and I couldn't find South Beach until I just stumbled upon it, and I was like, oh, here I am, finally. So South Beach, I love it a little bit more. It's further away from the thrill section. You won't hear it. You won't even see it. Again, you can walk to it if you want, but it's secluded and it's quiet is what I love about it. There's a floating bar in the middle of the ocean, which is awesome. In fact, because it is further away from the ship, so the other thing too is if you got Wi-Fi on board, you can use that onto the island because it tethers to the ship. However, if you walk into South Beach, we actually have a sign because it is further away. There's no Wi-Fi there, and there's a sign that says, from here on out, we talk to each other. So when my girlfriend and I went to South Beach, we're both like, oh my gosh, there's no Wi-Fi. And she goes, what do I do all day? Oh my gosh, I have to stare at your face all day. So I'm like, yep, it's just you and me. It's just you and me, and we're just gonna relax. So that is South Beach. All right, so going back to all the beaches, the other thing that I wanted to say too is there's other activities throughout the island. So if you're thinking about snorkeling, scuba diving, parasailing, kayaking, definitely talk to your Dimensions and travel partners, your travel advisor, and they can help you make your perfect day at CocoCay even more perfect. All right, lastly, we're going to talk about the cabanas because there are cabanas all over the map. As you can see, I talked about the cabanas over at Cocoa Beach Club. And then we've got cabanas all throughout, including Chill Island, Oasis Lagoon, and the Thrill Water Park. So these cabanas can be booked up to 6 months out. In places like Thrill Water Park or Cocoa Beach Club, your entrance to the park will already be included, which really provides you a good value. When I booked one in South Beach, and I remember I received a welcome packet when I got on board. In that welcome packet, it told me where my cabana is located, where I can check in so I can get a wrist bracelet. And then it comes with a lunch menu because you can select, you can select your lunch. I think it's 4 items per person, so it's definitely quite a bit of food. I think my girlfriend and I got a little overzealous and we ordered everything, and then it got to us and we're like, oh my gosh, we can't eat all of this, but it was so good. But you can select your items, and then you can select the time when you want your cabana attendant to drop that off for you. So again, talk to your Dimensions and Travel team. They know the island really well, so they can pinpoint you to exactly where's a good spot. Okay, so here's, again, all the overview of the island. The one thing I forgot to talk about is island safety. There's lifeguards throughout the island. There's over 100 lifeguards. They're stationed all over the place. And while we're still finalizing our COVID protocols, there's a lot of water activities that I talked about here. I don't know yet what the protocols will be on the island specifically, but just know we want this to be a safe environment for everybody. Fortunately for us, for Royal Caribbean, is that we own the island. It's private and we have our own dock. It's only our ships that go here. We have crew that live here, so we can really control that environment. But once we know more, we will let you know. So that concludes it's kind of a power virtual tour of Perfect Day. But these are the ships that are sailing to Perfect Day. We have 14 ships that go here. 2 of them, including Mariner and Navigator, do late night stops, so they don't depart Perfect Day until 10 p.m. So you'll see that there's other There's added beach activities, bonfire, beach barbecue for dinner, and there's fireworks also. And speaking of ships, I just want to talk about some of our ships that we have. We've got 24 ships to really pick from small ships to medium ships to large ships. We've really revolutionized what people think of a cruise, right? Some of the common features that we have on all of our ships, there's always going to be a Broadway-style theater. There's always going to be a rock climbing wall, pools, comedy clubs, casino. All of that is a standard feature. Beyond that, though, is the innovation that separates us. So there's skating rinks, there's a flow rider, which is the surfing simulator. There's a zip line on some of our ships. So if you don't want to do it at perfect day because it's so long, we have one that's on our ship, and it's complimentary. We've got iFly, which is the skydiving simulator, Ultimate Abyss, which is the tallest slide at sea. It's 10 stories high, and then a SkyPad, which is really a virtual reality trampoline. All of this experience is complimentary. And I want to talk about our Oasis class ships because this is our biggest and boldest ship. We've got 4 in this class. Symphony is our newest one. Oasis of the Seas, which is the Pioneer, was just amplified in 2019. All 4 of these ships go to perfect day. And what these ships are known for is really the 7 different neighborhoods. Central Park is one of the neighborhoods on the ship, and it's my favorite. I love Central Park. It's huge. It's the length of a football field. It's very serene and peaceful and calm, and it's open air. There's a ton of restaurant shopping. I like to go here during breakfast and go to Park Cafe. It's complimentary. Get my coffee, get a sandwich. It's kind of like going to a Starbucks. And then for dinner, I love going to Vintages and just have a glass of wine and kind of wind down. As you can see, I'm a little bit amped. So I just kind of like to go here and wind down a little bit. But I can't wait until we're back to cruising because this is, again, one of my favorite spots. So when physical distancing becomes the norm or is the norm, right, there's a lot of elbow room to spread out and places to spread out. All right, so just touching base real quick on the accommodations that we do offer. There's a variety of choice to pick from. We've got ocean view cabins, balcony rooms that overlook Central Park or overlook the boardwalk or ocean view. And then we also have an array of suites that you can pick from. There's different amenities come with different suites, from priority check-in to suite-only lounge to a royal genie that can grant any wish that you can think of. And then when it comes to entertainment, we are the only cruise line that offers Tony Award-winning musicals, from Mamma Mia, We Will Rock You. Cats has been reimagined, so it's the full Cats Broadway show. We reimagined this because it was about a 3-hour show, so it's really long now. It's only about an hour and a half now, but I highly recommend it. And then one thing that I recommend too for entertainment and for shows, we have our own original production. And I always recommend seeing one of these because you're not going to see it anywhere else. And it's absolutely incredible. And again, continuing with the theme of making sure that you're entertained, we do have a variety of lineup to entertain you in the evening, from live bands to game shows, comedy club, karaoke, or just, outdoor movie nights. I want to touch on the family cruising aspect on Royal Caribbean because we are a multi-generation brand. I'm biased, but I think that our kids program and our counselors really are the best. Before they even join us, the team members, they have to have a 4-year university degree in childhood education. They got to have 3 to 5 year experience working with kids. They got to pass multiple background checks. They're CPR and autism certified. So what happens is once the kids are on board, we try to separate, well, we do separate them, not try. We separate them into 3 different groups. We've got the babies and the tots, we've got the adventure ocean, and then we've got the teen program. The younger ones have their own area. There's a science lab, there's a theater show. There's so many onboard activities. The camp counselor kind of takes them throughout. It's so much fun. And then for the teenagers, they also get their own space so they can just be on their own, right? All these spaces that we have for the teens, they're very Instagrammable or Snapchat, and now it's TikTok. It's all very TikTok friendly, so they're gonna love this space. The one thing too that I always bring up is autism. Every single one of our sailings is also autism friendly. We offer autism friendly activities, toy lending program, autism friendly movies. So if this is something that you're concerned with or want to explore more, please talk to your Dimensions and Travel advisor, and we can get you all the information on this. Further, if there are other special needs, dietary restrictions, vegan, gluten-free, hearing and seeing impairment, Dimensions and Travel is actually the preferred travel advisor for guide dogs for the blind. So let the travel advisors know what you need, if there are any special needs, and we'll make the proper accommodations. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, Janice, I want to do a shout out to all the cruise lines that are so amazing. We have over 250 visually impaired clients who cruise with us a lot, and Royal Caribbean has always been amazing at assisting as our passengers request, and being so graciously welcoming. So thank you so much for that, and for stepping up to the plate to do the right thing here and making sure everybody feels welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely. And with that concludes really the presentation itself. So I know that we are still in that dream stage, but I really would be remiss if I didn't talk about the offers that we have. So currently we are offering a buy one, get the second passenger at 60% off, up to $350 in instant savings. And on top of that, Dimensions and Travel is also offering, starting tomorrow through February 3rd, up to $100 in onboard credit. Couple all of that with our best price guarantee and our Cruise with Confidence program, which allows you to cancel a cruise up to 48 hours prior to departure, prior to sailing, and get a full FCC. So all of this is available to you. Let us know if there's any questions that you have. I'm going to open it up to some Q&A. So Diana, let me know if there's any questions.
Let's see. I am not seeing any questions, but I think you've covered it all pretty thoroughly. If you're listening right now and you want to go ahead and post a couple in here, now is a good time to do that. Otherwise, just reach out to us with the information below. I know you guys have your favorite Dimensions and Travel consultants who can help you as well. But my personal experience has been, I have done Royal Caribbean cruises with my family, and we've done a family suite and, used the full range of programs there. I've done it as a couple, and we stayed in the Central Park neighborhood. We had one of those interior facing balconies, which is, I'm happy to talk with anyone about it. It's really a very unique way to sail at an affordable rate. And then finally, I've gone with girlfriends. And the cool thing about having so many bars and lounges is it's such an easy, safe way to have an amazing time till the wee hours of the morning. So I think that you guys really do have something for everyone. I have not been to your private island yet, but I would love to go. I'm more of a chill person myself, and I got my eye on one of those South Beach cabanas. It's
amazing. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember when I went, I think I got a little excited. I did all the thrills in the morning, and then I soaked up the sun in the afternoon. I think by 2 o'clock, I about quit because I was so sunburnt because I did not put sunscreen because I was thinking to myself, I don't need to put sunscreen. I'm Filipino. It'll be fine. And boy, was that a mistake. Mother Nature was like, no.
Sure. And it is important. I know those cabanas can fill up. And so this is the kind of, you can't wait until you're on board. I suppose there might be some cancellations, but just, it's the kind of thing where it's good to strategize in advance. And I
Yeah.
think sitting down with your family and going over all the activities, oh my gosh, that's half the fun of it is plotting out and planning an experience like that. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect.
All
Well,
right.
if there's no other questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Janice. We appreciate all you do for us and for all of our Royal Caribbean guests. And for everybody listening, thank you so much for coming by. We will travel again. Keep the faith. And get in touch with us if we can do anything. Otherwise, have a good night. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everyone.